Let me ask you something really quick. Think about the last time you got paid. That moment when the alert hits your phone, the number refreshes, and just for a second, you feel good. You feel like things are under control, like you've got it figured out. Now tell me, where did that money go? Not all of it, not the bills. I'm talking about the rest of it. The money you thought you'd save, the money that was supposed to go somewhere intentional. Where did it actually land? If you're being honest with yourself right now, and I mean really honest, there's a good chance you don't fully know. And that's not a character flaw. That's not laziness. That's just the reality of how most of us were never taught to think about money. Here's what nobody tells you growing up. Being wealthy isn't mostly about earning more. The people who are quietly building real, lasting wealth, they're not necessarily making more than you. In many cases, they're earning the exact same amount, sometimes less. The difference? They've learned to protect their money from the inside out. They've figured out, often through painful trial and error, that there are specific money traps disguised as normal, even smart spending. Traps that look reasonable on the surface. Traps that almost everyone around you is walking straight into. And once they identified those traps, they stopped. Completely. That's what today's video is about. Hi, I'm Ella, and welcome to Ella Invest. If you're new here, this channel is your space for real, honest conversations about money, how to build it, protect it, grow it, and stop the invisible leaks that are quietly keeping you from the life you actually want. We don't do complicated jargon here. We don't talk at you. We break things down the way a really smart friend would explain it over coffee. Clearly, honestly, and in a way that you can actually use. If that sounds like something your bank account could benefit from, and trust me, it can, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications right now, because we drop new content every week, and you don't want to be the last one to know. Okay, let's get into it. 12 things wealthy people never waste money. On the setup, why most people struggle. Before we get into the list, I need to set something straight, because there's a story most of us have been told about wealth that is completely backwards. We've been told that wealthy people have money because they earn a lot. And sure, income matters, but income alone doesn't explain why a doctor making $200,000 a year can be living paycheck to paycheck, while a school teacher making $45,000 has $300,000 quietly sitting in index funds. It doesn't explain why lottery winners, people who receive millions overnight, are statistically broke again within a few years. It doesn't explain why so many high-earning professionals feel financially stuck, stressed, and like no matter how much more they make, it's never quite enough. The real explanation is behavioral. It's psychological. It's about the relationship between a person and their money. The invisible rules and beliefs that govern every financial decision they make, often without them even realizing it. Wealthy people, the ones who actually stay wealthy, they've developed a set of mental filters, a way of looking at potential spending and asking, is this a use of my money, or is this a loss of my money? Is this moving me forward, or is this just keeping the spending machine running? And there are 12 specific categories where the answer, for them, is almost always no. Let's talk about every single one. The 12 things. 1. Lifestyle inflation, the trap that grows with you. You get a raise. You work hard, you negotiate, the number goes up, and almost immediately, without even thinking about it, life gets a little more expensive. Nicer apartment, better car, more dinners out, upgraded phone, gym with a sauna. Each one feels justified. You earned it, right? You worked for this. And here's the sneaky thing. None of those upgrades is catastrophic on its own. The problem is the pattern. Because every time your income grows and your lifestyle grows with it, you end up in exactly the same position you were in before, just with fancier problems. Psychologists have a name for this: hedonic adaptation. It means your brain is wired to quickly normalize whatever you have, no matter how much it improves. The new apartment stops feeling new. The raise stops feeling like a raise. And suddenly, you need the next upgrade to feel that same sense of progress. Wealthy people understand this trap deeply. When their income goes up, They make a deliberate decision to let their lifestyle stay flat, at least for a while, and route the difference into assets, investments, savings, things that grow. They've realized that comfort is a moving target you'll never catch, so they stopped chasing it. 2. Cars that bleed money. Most wealthy people don't drive what you think they drive. The research on this is fascinating. Study after study on the actual spending habits of high net worth individuals shows that the majority drive practical, reliable, mid-range cars, bought used, often paid in full, and kept for years. Why? Because they've done the maths on what a car actually costs. A brand new car loses somewhere between 15 and 20% of its value in the first year alone. By year 3, it can be worth nearly half what you paid. And all the while, you're paying insurance, interest on the loan, depreciation, and maintenance on something that is guaranteed to be worth less tomorrow than it is today. A car is almost never an investment. It's a cost, and wealthy people treat it like one, minimizing it, not maximizing it. The deeper psychology here is something called signaling spending, buying things not for their function, but for the message they send to other people. Look at me. I'm doing well. I've made it. But here's the truth. Wealthy people have made peace with. Most people you're trying to impress aren't actually paying that much attention. And the ones who are, their opinion of your net worth has nothing to do with your actual net worth. 3. Subscriptions. They forgot about this. One doesn't feel like a wealth issue. It feels like a minor annoyance at most. But stay with me. Most people, if you ask them how many subscriptions they're paying for right now, would underestimate the number by a significant margin. Studies suggest the average person underestimates their monthly subscription spending by over 100%. That means they think they're paying roughly half of what's actually leaving their account every single month. Streaming platforms, gym memberships, they use twice a year. App subscriptions, digital magazines, monthly boxes, free trials that ended and quietly became paid plans. Individually, none of them feel significant. That's the whole design. $12 feels like nothing. But $12 across 8 subscriptions, month after month, adds up to over $1,000 a year, leaving your account on autopilot for things you may barely use. Wealthy people do regular spending audits. They go through their bank statements with clear eyes and ask one simple question for every line item. Is this actively improving my life right now? If the answer is anything less than a clear yes, it gets cut. It's not about being cheap. It's about being awake to where your money is going. 4. Lottery tickets and shortcut schemes. Here's something worth saying out loud. The lottery is a tax on hope. And I say that with genuine compassion because I understand exactly what the lottery is selling. It's not really a ticket. It's a couple of minutes of daydreaming, a brief mental vacation where you picture a life completely transformed. What you do, who you tell, how different everything would feel. That's a real psychological need. The problem is using a financial instrument with terrible odds to meet it. The same logic applies to every get-rich-quick scheme you've ever seen. The crypto tip from a stranger online. The investment opportunity that promises 40% returns with no risk. The mentorship program that charges thousands for secrets, supposedly too valuable to share for free. Wealthy people are not immune to the pull of fast money. What they've developed is a calibrated skepticism. They ask, what is the expected value here? What are the actual odds? Who is benefiting most from this transaction? And almost always, the answer points them back to the boring path, the consistent path, the one where money compounds slowly, quietly, and reliably over time. Real wealth is not a moment, it's a direction. 5. Spending to impress people. There's a line from the book The Millionaire Next Door that genuinely changed how a lot of people think about wealth. It goes something like this. Many of the people you think are wealthy are actually broke, and many of the people you'd never suspect are quietly wealthy. The ones appearing wealthy, designer labels, luxury cars, bottle service, are often financing the performance with debt and stress. The ones who are actually wealthy, they mostly look unremarkable because they stopped performing wealth and started building it. Psychologists call this social comparison spending, buying things not for the joy they bring you, but to manage how you're perceived by others. And it's one of the most emotionally expensive habits a person can have because the benchmark never stops moving. Someone always has more.